Our next speaker is full of himself and thinks cooking is a woman's job. But there was a time when he cooked for his girlfriend. Apparently, as soon as she tasted it, she broke up with him. This has nothing to do with the speech, but I'm supposed to announce that he's the youngest air director. He's none other than a self-centered Toastmaster Khurram Salman with his speech, Who was responsible? Who was responsible? Toastmaster Khurram Salman. There will also be a 2 to 3 minute question session after his speech. Thank you.
Eat and drink, but be not excessive, for indeed he does not like those who commit excess. Master of ceremonies, my exquisite fellow chefs, ladies and gentlemen, wonderful guests, good evening.
Good evening.
Last year, as a part of Environment Awareness Presentation Competition, I, along with a few colleagues of mine, conducted a report on food wastage. Allow me to take you through my journey while we go through these stations to have a look at different parts. Let's stop at the first thing, food production. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that all around the globe, around 3 billion tons food is being produced? That should be enough, right? 3 billion tons. But at the same time, 1.3 billion ton food is going to wastage. That is $750 billion per year, every year. 1 billion people are malnourished around the globe. That is 1 in every 7 people who do not get enough food. And in Africa alone, the continent of Africa, 300 million people are starving. Which brings us to the very important question, who is responsible? According to Food and Agricultural Organization, the survey done by them, this is the statistic that they present. Half of the people who are responsible are the production and marketing people. Half of the people are in the consumption phase, that's where the food is lost. And after harvest, when the food is harvested, that is also when the food is lost. So, how does it work with production and marketing? That is where the government comes in. And when we talk about consumption, that is where individuals such as you and I come in food wastage process. The role of the government is the standards that define the food and the food appearance. That is where they lack, that is where they do not fulfill their job, and we have food wastage. Our part comes in when we, and especially ladies, do not shop well, and that is unplanned shopping. Don't look at me like that. Ladies and gentlemen, not only that, our social events, such as our weddings in which we have 500 people, half of them we don't even know, especially if you're a Pakistani or an Indian. Our religious events, which are supposed to teach modesty, have most amount of food wastage. And so is condoms, birthdays, and election campaigns. Let's have a look at election campaigns only for a minute. Last year we had elections. Now, let's have some statistics. 277 election candidates were all over Bahrain. 3 meetings during 2 weeks that they were allowed to campaign throughout in their tents. Let's say they have 200 persons coming into their tent, of course for free food. Food wastage in each tent, ladies and gentlemen, 100 kg food was wasted in one tent. That brings to 27,000 kg food being wasted in each meeting and all of the meetings. And that brings us to a drastic figure of 831,000 kilogram food being wasted just in 2 weeks of the election that they're having. Third station, the people's opinion. Now, as a part of our research, we conducted a survey. We asked the people and we got around 200 responses let's have a look at what people such as you and I think. According to them, if you ask them who is responsible for food wastage, they would say government is 7, market is 7%, individuals is 33%, but 54% is all of the above. So in your opinion, all of the 3 mentioned options are responsible for food wastage. Is food wastage occurring only in the consumption phase, that is you and I? 40% people say yes, but 60% people say no. What reasons lead you to food wasting? Unplanned dining, like I said, 30%. Cooking in large quantities, 40%. So when you get back home, tell your mom not to cook in that large quantities. And expired dates, of course, 30%. We know, now that we've established all these facts and figures, we know that food wastage is occurring throughout the whole time. We waste food, I waste food, I'm guilty of that firsthand. Let's establish what are the effects. Let's have a look at the unknown effects that we do not think about while we're wasting food. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take this rice that we all love, the biryanis, that we waste as well. Let's have a look when that gets wasted. What happens? If you go to a restaurant, say half a kilo biryani or rice is wasted on each table. 19 tables in that restaurant, let's assume. 0.5 into 19 is 9.5 kilogram of rice being wasted. Each hour, 9.5 or say 10 kilogram of rice is being wasted. That is 114 kilograms per day. 41,610 kilograms per year. Ladies and gentlemen, your money gone. The hard work of all the people who got all the rice, gone. 25% of water that we got, that we used to produce the rice, gone. The wasted food ends up in landfills, which leads to increased methane gas, which is more harmful than carbon dioxide to the environment. Now, I'm not here to tell you about what happens. Let's have a look at what we can do. Ladies and gentlemen, as a part of the government, they can do all these things. They can increase awareness. Most importantly, include the topic in the curriculum. The coming generation will have read it throughout. They would know what's happening. Recycle and monitor. The hotels can have cooperations with charities to feed poor. They can also discount those who complete the plate. Individuals can take all these steps to reduce food wastage. And most importantly, you can take whatever you want, but always eat what you take. That, ladies and gentlemen, is really important. So, who can make a difference? Is it going to be Mickey Mouse or Superman or that baby over there? No. The person who can make a difference is me. And so can you. Master of Ceremonies.
We're going to have a 2 to 3 minute question session for Toastmaster Khurram Salman.
As a presenter, you have done a very good research on your topic and you have delivered it in a very nice way. But my question is, you have been giving solutions out of what can be done in the near future, but there has been nothing on your part. As a presenter, you might have definitely gone through solutions which you can do from your side. So what's that you can do for the community, for the country, or for the people out there? Not talking about the governments or the other charity organizations. It's you personally. No, it's a question. What you can do on your side?
What I can do personally, first of all, as a person, as a responsible citizen of the country, I did that research so we can get to know what is happening. Because many of the people are unaware of the fact that food is being wasted to that extent. We know food is being wasted, but that much amount of food is being wasted, that is wrong. Another part that I can do is create awareness, and that is what I'm doing right now, to let at least a small audience know that this much amount of food is being wasted. People, when you waste food, listen, think to what you're doing. You're not only just wasting food, you're harming the environment, you're actually harming yourself, you're wasting the money, you're wasting the hard work of people. So my part at my moment at this level is to create awareness through the research that I have conducted. Hope that answers your question. Toastmaster John.
Okay. First of all, thank you for your presentation. It was well researched. You did mention about Bahrain in your presentation. Bahrain is at #1 when it comes to cook, and of Dubai when it comes to food wastage. What do you think is the reason for that? We all know Dubai is very much famous for its hospitality or travel. Why Bahrain?
In my opinion, first of all, thank you for the question. In my opinion, lack of awareness plays a huge role in that. Most of the people over here, Arabs and expats alike, we have adopted a very easy and laid-back lifestyle. That is another issue. We are not aware that that much amount of food being wasted can have this much drastic effects on our society. So that is why I believe that lack of awareness is the one thing, and that is why we're requesting the government to create more awareness programs, and most importantly, include it in the curriculum. It's not hard. 1 or 2 chapters on food wastage, the children coming will know what's happening. So when they grow up being aware and not being in lack of awareness. Any other questions? Toastmaster, that's it.
Thank you for enlightening us on this exquisite topic, which is very, very important for all of us. I have a question, and it's a very direct attack sort of question. It attacks your entire research. Basically, in one of the slides, what you said was, in the curriculum, the government should include this topic and should enlighten all the students regarding it. But for your kind of information, the curriculum that I have seen in the government books, this topic is actually discussed and brought forward. What are your points regarding it?
Well, the part where I researched was, we researched on the federal board system, which is way outdated. We studied things that were written 40 years ago, so our research was actually limited to that. Perhaps when we enhance our research, we can study the curriculum books, and we can find, and we can even suggest changes into the curriculum books that they already have. With this, the question and answer session comes to an end. Ladies and gentlemen, take what you want, but eat what you take. Master.